Yeah, welcome to the Freaking After Fucking Dark show with me and Guido and Scab and the gang's all here. Hopefully, we'll get this thing in tonight. Yes, sir. I gotta tell you, man, pretty shitty what happened last week, but
Pretty. s-
we're,
I
we're
still,
gonna
I still got it. I think I'm gonna make a blooper reel.
make a blooper reel.
Yeah, put that one in there and a couple other gems that we got.
You can do
Yeah,
that, huh?
I could probably do that. I mean, it wouldn't take very long to do that. And every once in a while we'll get a guest on the show.
right.
Good.
And get some guests.
Oh, look at the little one.
Yeah, say hi, little one.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello. Bye bye.
See you later. All right,
See
good
you
talk.
later. All right. Well, hey, listen, welcome to the Freaking After Dark show, everyone. And have you missed us? You missed
I would
us
hope so.
about as bad as you missed Trump. Now, you know you do. You know you
Yeah.
do. You missed us, man. You missed us.
All right.
Yeah, don't we all miss him? Yeah.
You
Hey.
know what? Speaking of Trump, there's probably as many variants of the COVID out there as many missing ballots for Trump.
Yeah.
It's like every week he comes out a new one. Oh, shit. Well, now we
Well,
have
they
the
they keep getting
Tostito
less
one.
and less deadly too.
Well, it's something. It's just bull crap now. I'm done with it. I'm done with this whole thing. I played ball with it for a while, and now it's stupid. It's just
Now it's stupid, right?
wake up.
Now it's stupid. I agree. I agree. I can't agree more with you than to say that I'm done with it. I'm
Yeah.
Well,
fed
it's
up.
less and less deadly. It's not even, worth
You know
fighting over
what?
It's
anymore.
Hey,
never
I could be
deadly.
killed by worse. I could be
Listen,
killed by worse. I
I
ain't gonna
had
live my life in fear anymore, man.
I had it when it first came out back in the early 2020s, and
Dude, I
I
got
got
the
through it with nothing. I got through it with just regular cold medication, like Benadryl, cold and flu, and whatever, because nobody knew what it was yet,
Right.
and
I got the
it was fine.
second Pfizer shot, and I got sick as a dog for 2 3 days. Had to take Tylenol. It sucked balls, and I'm not going to do the booster.
Yeah. Well, I think what's happened is you got to keep getting the booster, and you're going to have to keep getting the booster, and you're going to have to keep getting the
No,
booster, and you're going to have
the
to keep
shit's
getting
getting less and less deadly. I'm going to
yeah,
take
but
it next
but
time.
that
No,
but that's not
it's
what they're
gonna.
telling you.
They're already talking about it. They've already started to transition, Guido and Niesgab. They're starting to call it now. What you're going to get is a yearly COVID shot, just like you get a
Yes,
yearly flu
flu,
shot.
absolutely.
And that's what it's going to become.
But
It's going
the
to be
difference
endemic.
is the flu shot is up to you to get it.
It's just
It
one more disease in the human condition. That's all.
I don't even
That's
think it's a
all.
disease. I still think it's a man-made virus, that was made in certain places and with the help of certain powerful people. I'm not going to say names because the problem of it is if you talk the real truth is you get shut down and you get labeled as a fucking conspiracy theorist or whatever. But you know what? Here's the conspiracy. How come every time a new variant comes out, they just tell you to go get a booster? Like it just kills everything, right? Even shit that didn't come out yet, it already. And here's another one. What about the PCR test? Every time a new variant comes out, the PCR test can test for that. How come? Like they knew it was coming?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's not like they come out with a new test for it.
That,
They use the
it's
same
so
test.
much bullshit that that's why I'm done.
Mhm.
I'm done worrying about it. Fuck it. You got to live your life, man. People just fucking live your life. People are going insane.
Right.
Dogs living with cats. Bushes catching fire without any explanation. And all this crazy shit going on. Well, it's just another disease in the human condition. That's
It is.
all it is.
And I'll tell you one thing, Free Ride. You've always known that I never really believed in the thing of God or the higher power. But I'm starting to really believe in it because, something is compelling me not to get the shot, and something compels me to share the information that I get with others. And it's like, why? I'm not some saint. I don't go fucking want to save people, but something's compelling me to do it. Maybe it's like a higher authority, you know. I
You
don't not
sound like
but like how like giving me the motivation to go against this because it's
It's a
wrong.
calling.
It's a,
you
right. a
sound
call.
like The
Yeah.
Exorcist. You sound like The Exorcist.
I don't
The
mean
power of Christ. The power of Christ compels me.
I didn't
The
say
power
I said a higher authority, a higher being. I didn't say it was God. I didn't say it was Buddha, Allah, or the fucking alien nation. Okay. It's something that's making me want to spread this
Is
information
it
that
of this planet or outer space? Where is it from there, flat earther?
it could be from wherever you want. I'm not this is I mean, we're not this is not the joke part of the segment. I'm talking about real, people dying here over nothing. I'm talking about people that are having mental issues because they're trapped inside what everybody's telling them it's going to kill them. Now Joe Biden's telling that the unvaxxed are going to die. What the fuck? You don't tell people that.
Well, no, but he does. He
Right.
does.
It's bullshit.
It's all bullshit. That's why
It
I'm
is.
done with it. Every week it's something new with this shit, just to divert our attention away from other shit that's going on in the world. I don't give a fuck. You don't see the Chinese doing this shit, worrying about it all the fucking time. They just move on. They invented the goddamn thing, and they're just moving on. Oh well, some people died. That's fewer people to feed.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
how they
that's
look at it.
exactly-
That's just fewer
that's
people to
exactly how-
feed.
And now that leads into another good point, a conspiracy theory that a lot of people spin and get a lot of flack for is that this is a population control method. That it's not whatever they're injecting to you is not hurting you per se, but for young men, they say it's going to hurt your ability to have children.
Thank you.
But they're saying so that it's going to be a population control exercise. Now, does that seem out of the realm of possibilities? It really doesn't.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
because
If you look at the experiments at Tuskegee,
right.
the Tuskegee Airmen, they did it with them. They did it with the troops in Vietnam with LSD.
Right. And not only that, you got the big people in the world like Bill Gates and people like David Rockefeller saying that there's too many people in the world and eugenics is what we need. And that's just a depopulation word. Okay. So
speaking of LSD, back in the day when we used to do that a little bit, I never was a heavy user, but back in the day, they'd say, oh, man, you never know when you're going to get a flashback and shit. You could be sitting in class and you get a flashback. I'm still waiting for that flashback.
I haven't had the flashback yet.
No, well, yeah, they always told you
those experiments experiments are not above the realm of a possibility.
Well, if you look into all that, the government created LSD. Timothy Leary worked for the government. Let's not
I'm still waiting for my flashback.
And
oh yeah,
what's to believe? Okay, Timothy Leary did work for the government. So what's to say that the government didn't want him to go out and do what?
Oh no, he leaked it. He leaked it. He was the leaker.
Right,
he was the one who helped invent it, and he said, "Well, I'm going to share it with the world if the government's not going to do it. All we're doing is experimenting on soldiers and things like that." And
it was supposed to be invented to become a
government
truth serum. It was supposed to be a truth serum that they were inventing. That they were supposed to get a truth serum to question the enemy.
Yeah, it was part of the MK Ultra thing. You can research that, listeners. MK Ultra, it's a real thing. But here's what I'm saying: what's to say that the people inside the government didn't force Leary or convince Leary to release it because they wanted to see how it would work on the United States population?
And
how it would affect people. So there's nothing to say that this wasn't a government thing. The government does shit like that all the time, where though you can read through it all. See, that's the power of the Freedom of Information Act, is you can go and get readings on anything, but nobody does. Nobody does.
Speaking of that, I was just going to ask you guys, hey, what the fuck does the Red Cross do? Not a goddamn thing. As far
Red
as I'm
Cross.
concerned, the Red Cross can just pack it up and get the fuck on down the road.
You don't want to hear what my thing on the Red Cross is.
It's not the American Red Cross. It's the International Red Cross.
The Red Cross
Whatever
is
it is.
just like a.
They don't do a goddamn thing. They don't do nothing.
There's proof out there too, and also conspiracy theories on the Red Cross is that they help with the child sex trafficking type stuff and laundering money and stuff through. I don't know if any of that's true. I've never researched any of that, but there is words of that out there.
They had all those tornadoes up there in Kansas or Kentucky, and they said, and the Red Cross is there, and so what? They don't do nothing.
Well, the Red Cross is always the help symbol.
They do.
Okay?
They help people fill out the paperwork they need to fill out. I know a guy that works for the Red Cross that goes down there. He's a volunteer. He goes down. He helps people fill out the FEMA paperwork because it's confusing.
Oh yeah, FEMA doesn't help you with that shit.
Yeah, the Red Cross feeds people.
No, FEMA doesn't
medical
supplies. FEMA just comes out there with like isolate tents and shit, and but they don't actually attend to most of the people. The Red Cross attend to those.
Yeah.
No, they do. They do a good service. I'm not saying
they do good service. They really do. The Red Cross, the American Red Cross, man. They're good people. It's the International Red Cross. They're a bunch of fucking hypocrites. They're a bunch of fucking they love war, because if it wasn't for war, they wouldn't be in business.
That's their business, right?
That's their business. Right. That's the International Red Cross. You know, the International Red Cross was inspecting Jewish concentration camps.
Oh yeah.
In Germany.
I do know that. Yeah.
Yeah. The International Red fucking Cross. Fuck you.
Yeah, you want to drop down a rabbit hole? I'm not going to bring any of this up because this topic just fucking makes people mad at you. But research and do some investigating things on the Holocaust, and you'll find some things where not everything that was told was the truth.
Well, you know what? All I know is I can see it, and
I'm not saying it didn't happen.
And you know what? I had relatives over there at the time. I had family over there at the time. So you know what? I really don't give a flying fucking even if it's 1/8 true. Sure. Even if the numbers are one.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying that
I don't give a fuck. People died there.
People died.
I'm not. The medicine company Bayer. Yeah. They made medicine for the Nazis. Right. They sent them viruses and things like that so they could use their medicine and
I'm not saying they were good. You're missing my point here. I'm not saying.
No, I didn't.
I'm saying there was things that were elaborated by Russians, and it doesn't take over the bad things that they did. It doesn't. Okay, it doesn't overtake that. But the point I was trying to make is the things that we are taught in school and the things that we are taught on television are the truth that they want us to know, not the real truth. The real truth is out there, though. And that's why there's such a big push.
I get that. With some of you folks, that's fine. Everything is a conspiracy. Everything's a lie. But I'm here to tell you right now that having family in the middle of that, my family was from the Ukraine and southern Russia. And so my great grandmother.
There's no denying that was bad.
Fucking had her head cut off by the fucking Bolsheviks.
There's so much proof that the Germans didn't want the Jews. There's so much proof that I am not putting them up on any kind of pedestal or anything. I'm just saying
a lot of those experiments were good.
Use that to do other things that we shouldn't have. Okay, nothing to do with the Jews or the Germans. I'm talking about the other world leaders used the Holocaust to their favor in a lot of ways.
Well, yeah, they did. And the United States, though. The United States didn't, because that fucking anti-Semite that was in the White House didn't want to get involved.
Right.
Knew what was going on, Guido.
That's another thing is people think that Roosevelt was one of the greatest presidents. People that don't know the real truth think that Roosevelt is a great president.
No, okay. You do some fucking research. I'll tell you right fucking now.
I agree with you
1,000%. He was doing business with Germany all the way up until 1940. He was still doing business and allowing American companies to do business in fucking Germany.
Yeah, look at Bayer Aspirin.
Yep.
All those companies that were over here. Fucking Alka-Seltzer, for Christ's sake, was invented in fucking Germany.
A lot of things were learned, though.
Yeah.
You got to admit.
But why did we take all scientists then if they were all so bad? That's the thing that always boils my blood. They're such bad whatever, but we took all their top scientists. You can't spin that any other.
Okay. Now, you wouldn't take a regular foot soldier. You wouldn't take a regular foot soldier and try him for fucking war crimes and execute him. Okay, just like you wouldn't do to a scientist, because he was just doing what he was told, and his family was basically held hostage.
But dude, they were all, except for Hitler, they were all doing what they were told.
They were all doing what they were told. And
but well, still a lot of people.
You got guys like Hitler. You got guys like Himmler.
No, Hitler. I said besides Hitler, they were all being told what to do. He was.
Yeah.
Can you get me cigarettes? Yeah. Yeah, can you give me cigarettes?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Besides, I'm not saying Hitler, nothing. He's an asshole, whatever. What I'm saying is everybody that was in the Nazi regime was doing what they were told. Okay. That's what a war is about. Okay. You stand up for what you believe in your leader. I'm not sticking up for them.
Right. Absolutely. No, I get it.
What I'm saying is we persecuted some and then took some and gave Warner von Braun like fucking keys to Disneyland and everything and made him a fucking hero. When a year before he was a Nazi. We forget about that. Okay.
We don't forget about it. We don't forget about it, because I'll tell you right now, he explained it. And I did some research on that guy too. Okay. And he explained it that when he was in Germany he was a rocket scientist, right?
Yes.
Okay. So he was working on the V2 project and the V1 project. And his family was basically held hostage.
Yeah.
His family he was coerced into fucking doing that work. And he killed more civilians than Germany killed soldiers in the field.
Sure.
With those fucking rockets.
Mm-hmm.
They were badass. The first intercontinental ballistic missile.
But listen to me, Free Ride. No matter what he did, if he did it on his own or he was coerced to do it, the United States government would have still taken him and did what they did because he was more valuable to them than what he did. So it didn't matter what he did. He was too valuable to the United States. Think about that. I mean,
they're not going to let him off the hook.
He was the head.
That's when we came up with jet power.
That's what I'm saying. You're proving my point. They took him being a Nazi, regardless of what he did to get there, and it was okay. It was okay now. They would have did it either way, even if he was bad.
They marked him a Nazi. He wasn't really a Nazi. He was a scientist, and they marked him as a Nazi.
General Patton.
But that's the way they.
General Patton continued to use Nazis at the railroads. He continued in the communication and the phone company. They were all Nazis, and he said, "I got to keep somebody. I got to keep the shit moving. I got to keep the place alive." So they say, "Well, you got to get rid of the Nazis." No, not until I can find somebody to replace them.
We pick and choose who to persecute. That's all. I mean, plain and simple. If they were valuable to us as a country, they weren't Nazis. If they weren't viable to us as a country, they were fucking Nazis. That's just all I'm saying. Just think about it. You know.
It is what it is.
It goes back to what I've said from the beginning of this show. Everything is about money.
of the concentration camps and the commandants of all those prisoner of war camps, they all got prosecuted and hung, and as it should be. But the other,
but what if you were the guard of a terrorist fucking camp, and now you're going to be persecuted for crimes against humanity? You were just doing what you were told. Those were terrorists.
Yeah, but
they never got those.
A lot of them guys.
It's only illegal but what I'm saying is, if the Axis would have won, then the Americans would have been the criminals of war, and the Americans would have been criminals against humanity. It goes on to whoever wins, no matter if it's good or bad, right or wrong. Sure. It goes on whoever wins, and it's all a monetary thing. The Nazis and the bad people didn't have as much money as the world leaders, Axis, the Allies. They didn't have the Allies had way more money than the Axis did. So
Yeah.
that's why we won. You know, it's all about the money. And I think I'm glad we won. Okay. I'm glad those people were freed. I'm glad all that happened. But all I'm saying is, if you want to learn more about it, don't listen to what they told you in school. Research it on your own.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
And you'll
No,
find,
I
you'll
get
find
that.
some.
And now you're able
know.
to. We have the internet now. You got
Mhm.
everything. You can go both ways. The
Try
good side, the
censor
bad
that.
side, and you can
Try
get in the
censor.
middle road and take your opinion, make your own decision. You can.
But they
you
don't
can
want
see.
that. No, you can now, but if certain people get their way, they'll censor the internet and they'll only put on what they want you to know. And
Well,
you
that's
can't.
socialism. That's communism, and that shouldn't be. That won't happen.
That's
I don't think
common,
that'll
buddy.
ever.
Did you see? That's the Democrat Party now. They're communists and socialists.
Yeah, that's all that's left.
Anybody that mandates you to do anything is a
So
fucking.
that's all going to come out. That's all going to come out in the wash, and they're going to be out of office pretty shortly.
I hope so, because you know what? If not, we're gonna fall like Russia did. We're gonna fall like what do you call it? Did the Spanish country that was
Soviet
communist?
Union, the Soviet Union will fall. It just they fell without a shot being fired. And
it's already
I don't know.
States. I already know he's gonna. Guido's gonna live
it. China
Guido is gonna live it. We're not gonna see this. But we're going to see the United States will be divided into 5, maybe 6 pieces. Oh, yeah. California would be a country all on its own. Texas
I'll be in Texas.
All on its own.
Yeah, I'll be in Texas or Florida. That's where I'll be living. Yeah, because they're the only 2 states that have freedom.
You'll need a passport.
There's too many good politicians out there that would straighten that shit out, and that's what's going to happen. You can believe me. Mark my words.
The votes are so honest. The voting system in the United States is so honest.
It's so fucked up. It's so fucked up. I don't even feel like voting sometimes.
They're fixing that. They're going to fix that.
They're not fixing shit. The powers that are in control are not allowing that to be fixed. Trust me. They're so against voter ID. They're so against voter ID that it's almost a crime. You know,
I have faith in the Americans. I have faith in the people.
What's America? We're not America anymore.
No,
we're not. You're being forced to do
USSA.
things.
We are the United Socialist States of America.
We're being forced to do things. Do this, or you don't have a job. Okay, put this fucking chemical in your body, or you don't have a job. If that's not socialism, I don't know what is.
Yeah,
you do what we say, not what you think is right. Yeah. I mean, that's socialism or communism, even.
That's not so close to communism. Mm-hmm. That's fascism. That's being a fascist.
It's crazy.
Trump a fascist. They had the nerve to call Trump a fascist.
I don't know what he's a fascist about because he never mandated anybody do anything. He gave people more freedoms than any other president ever. You had money in your pocket when he was the president.
Do you believe that Biden overturned? He overturned a law that Trump put in on an executive order, was the Freedom to Try Act, and he overturned that.
Notice though, Biden. They blame Biden for the gas prices going up, and then he says, "I have nothing to do with that." But then the fucking doesn't. Then the price of gas goes down a nickel in a week, and he goes,
"Didn't even go down a nickel."
I'm helping you. I'm helping you. See,
it went down here. It went down 2.2 cents.
Yeah,
see,
2.2 cents. What the hell is that? Helping?
Yeah. These guys are great. These guys think you're an idiot, and that's what we are.
Well, anybody that does follow them,
we keep putting them in office. We keep putting these people in office. I got the guys that voted for fucking this dickhead in where I work, scratching their heads, going, "What the fuck? What did I do? What have I done?" And they stopped coming to me saying, "Oh, it's nice to have somebody coherent in the White House." Really? Cereal? The guy couldn't find his ass with both hands, for Christ's sake.
Oh, that guy's so fucking stupid. He's
just gonna run again.
I wish Chevy Chase was here to do his falling down the fucking, the plane steps thing. That would be great. Remember Chevy Chase used to fall all the time for Johnson?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was a little boy when Johnson was president. Did he fall a couple times
No,
or
it wasn't
something?
him. It was Agnew. Agnew kept falling up and down the steps for the fucking airplane. Remember? He hit his head. Not Agnew, Ford. JLR
Oh,
Ford.
It was Ford.
It was Ford. Yeah. He hit his head on the fucking doorway of the fucking plane.
Yeah.
Took a dash out of his fucking head. He was such an ass. What an idiot.
Yeah. That was funny stuff, though,
What the hell is that?
That's when you catch the snow for your first snowfall,
Oh.
It looks more like a underage bukkake shoot.
Waiting for a fucking facial.
You sure it's not a
underage? Stick that tongue out.
Underage bukkake shoot.
It's not an underage anything shoot. That's not me. That's yeah. That's some kid that stepped in shit. Yeah. That's really stepping.
It's impossible to touch your fingernails to your shoulder
like this.
Like what?
Like this. Touch your fingernails.
It's impossible to touch your fingernails to your shoulder.
Why? How's that impossible?
Try
what are
it.
you talking about? I'm touching it right now.
No. Hold your hand this way.
Your hand this way.
I can't see him anymore. He's gone. Where'd he go? There he is. Oh, no, I can't try that. I'm not looking like no damn homo sapien.
But you can't do it.
I know. I can't even scratch my own back. I know I can't do that. What the fuck? That's some like extortionist bullshit. That's not me.
Go like this. Go like this.
What is this? Romper room or something?
and hold your hands down like this. Lock your fingers and hold your hands down like this.
Yeah.
Look over your left shoulder.
I don't want to.
And look at the bottom of your left foot.
Why would anyone want to do that?
Because you look gay.
I'm serious. I mean, why would anybody want to do that?
I don't try that at home. Don't try that at home.
Fucking nuts. You are fucking nuts. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Well, hey, now, I was thinking about a song today.
A song?
Yeah, I was thinking about a song today that was. Damn it! Now I can't get it into my head. I can't think of what the hell it was.
I know what it was. It was supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
No, that wasn't it. I had a hard time learning that when I was a child. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I had a hell of a time. And we used to have they used to have a secret club, my brothers, in their room. And I couldn't go in their room unless I said the fucking password. And I said, well, what the fuck's the password? And they said, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. And I said, well, never mind. I can't say that.
Well,
but anyway, now Heartache Tonight by the Eagles.
Heartache Tonight.
Who wrote
Glenn
it?
Fry.
And who else?
It was written by Glenn Fry, Bob Seger, and Don Henley.
God damn, he's fucking good. Damn, that's good.
Yeah, it was. I think he does a background in their vocals too. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think he does.
Yeah, he might have been in their background. But
yeah,
he performed that at the Kennedy Honors when they honored the Eagles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't see that one. I watched some Kennedy Honors. Yeah, I didn't see that one, but I did see. I think my favorite Kennedy Honor one was I think it was Led Zeppelin, and the only reason why is I'll tell you why. I'm not a Barack Obama fan. I really ain't. No. But he was singing like every word to the Led Zeppelin song. I'm like, he fucking likes rock. That's kind of cool. You know? I mean, and he wasn't like faking it. He was like, tapping his toes.
He knew the words.
And I was quite shocked with that, and that kind of made me laugh. But there's a pretty decent performance of Heart in there doing Stairway to Heaven.
Excellent. Excellent.
singing is not as good as you want it, but the performance itself, with Jason Bonham on the drums and shit,
Right.
was fucking, it knocks you off your feet. The performance, it was awesome with the
It was great.
orchestra and the chorus and all that. But it's a really cool show episode. But I really don't dig that fucking Kenny Center out. It's kind of boring. You know,
Well, yeah, it's kind of boring because they have so many different artists that they're doing. But then they get a rock artist. They did Paul McCartney, which was really good. They had what's his name from Aerosmith the Abbey Road medley. You know, he did the whole Abbey. She came in through the bathroom window.
If you watch that episode, speaking of conspiracy, the conspiracy of that Stevie Wonder Can See has a link to that performance. Because during the performance, Paul McCartney runs off the stage when they're all on the stage, and he hits the mic stand, and it's falling forward, and Stevie Wonder just reaches out and grabs it and puts it back up. And it's like, how did Stevie do that? So there actually is a conspiracy out there that Stevie Wonder can.
Ladies and gentlemen, everything is a conspiracy. Don't believe a word they tell you. Everything is a conspiracy.
But here's that's the best thing ever. If you want to defraud or disprove any conspiracy, what do? Let's create even crazier conspiracies on our own to get all this bullshit out there. You know, so a lot of conspiracies are just made up.
One's going to get through, like COVID.
One's going to get through. Right. Exactly. Right now, it's a conspiracy to the world. It is. I mean, and it's a real conspiracy. It's not a made up bullshit thing. Somebody's making tons of money off this pandemic. You know, Walmart and Amazon made record numbers during COVID. You know, and why? Because they have the biggest delivery network and the quickest delivery network. So people got their shit right away. They couldn't go to the store. So that hurt so many small businesses. We don't want small businesses. Small businesses and the big profits for large corporations.
Small business, the bigger the better. The bigger the better.
I'll bet you Spectrum has more money than all of them now.
Spectrum's made a whole lot of money. Buying up what they bought up. Spectrum's making a shit ton of money.
Nobody's made more money in the last 2 years than Amazon. Nobody. There's
nobody
that
made the most money.
Shit ton. I mean a shit ton of money.
They should have had a fucking fallout shelter in that factory, in that warehouse here in Illinois. They should have had a fallout shelter.
Listen, Jeff Bezos has so much money, he will never be a broke man. Never. But he doesn't give a fuck about anybody else. Doesn't care. It just his bank.
Who's the guy? Elon Musk? Is he the guy that shoots up those missiles with all them satellites on them? That we're supposed to all have internet pretty soon. But there's a delay on that for some reason, and that's why Spectrum has gone up in price, and they know it's coming, and so then pretty soon they're going to be shit out of money. So they're trying to make a ton of it now. See,
right? Free Ride, I think you're lagging because we weren't talking at the same time.
No, I might be.
Yeah, because we weren't talking at the same time.
You both were going at the same time for some reason. I'm going, whoa! I'm not getting.
Yeah, I think you're lagging a second, but Amazon and Jeff, you're right. It is Elon Musk with SpaceX sending up the satellites. But Jeff Bezos also has, I forgot the name of his, but he's sending celebrities up into space. You know, so
Blue Horizon.
Yeah, and then now Richard Branson's got one. So every billionaire's new thing is now let's go fly to space.
Well, they're saying now that everybody that goes up there is now an astronaut.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody wants to be an astronaut. So those millionaires and billionaires, they all want to become astronauts.
Sure.
You know,
it's not none of the three of us will ever be on one of those flights.
We'll never be an astronaut. No.
You know, and it's just crazy. Take that money that you spent on taking billionaires and millionaires up in the sky for a few moments and give it to the people that need it. Help people, build houses for people. What the fuck? Who gives a shit about going up into a rocket into the upper atmosphere? You're not really going into space. You're just going into,
Yeah, but those people are
space.
paying. They're paying customers, dude.
I
It's
know
a business.
paying customers. They should take their money and help the fucking poor people. And I'm not saying, I'm not one of these people that say, oh, they should be taxed more and pay it forward type shit. But as a fucking thing of more of a human morals, stop wasting your money and help somebody. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot less fortunate people. I'm not talking about me or you
I'm
or
gonna
you.
say a lot of the people that do that and have a lot of money do because
Sure.
it's a smart thing to do. It's just how that money is being managed after it's given.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
the issue. It's not
you
the
want
issue on whether or not these rich motherfuckers give to fucking charity and give to the homeless or whatever they give their money to.
yeah.
Okay, it's
they'll
not
buy
just
a
that,
40.
because that's a tax break. They get a tax write-off for that. Okay.
Yeah.
They'll buy a
What
40.
happens is when the money leaves their hand and goes to the administrator to run that shit.
You know who helped set up the Clinton Foundation?
Huh.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Jeffrey Epstein. I know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
most of the people you give charity to, they'll go buy a 40 and they'll do some couple of lines, and buy a
I'm not talking about
boat.
giving people. That's true for drug addicts and that there's a lot of people, homeless people like that. But there's people that want to get off the streets. There's real people that want a job and want a house, and you can't get a job because you don't have you can't get welfare because you don't have an address, and you can't get an address because you don't have welfare. And you can't get off the street because you don't have any fucking help. Okay.
Well,
Now,
yeah.
I'm not talking about the crackheads and the alcoholics living on the street.
And
They
the
need to
psycho, crazy fucking people.
they need to get themselves help first, mentally, before they can get help other ways. But there's real people out there. A lot of them are American veterans that don't have a home and can't get the help they need because they can't get an address to get a job or to get, public
No.
assistance. It's bullshit. It's bullshit.
I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you here. There were a couple of times when I came really close to being out of a home and being on the street.
Sure, I'm sure all three of
But
us have been.
I fought forward and I persevered.
Sure, you did. But you know what there is today that there isn't a lot of back when you were struggling hard? And this is the real problem. There's a lot of people being diagnosed with mental illnesses and being drugged up with all these fucking antipsychotic medications. Okay.
Yeah.
It makes you different. It makes you different. People were stronger before all this antipsychotic medication. They were, they had a stronger will, I believe. Now the medication takes over and you're just whatever, and you were tougher then. People were tougher then. You didn't have all those meds to, I'm depressed. I have anxiety.
Psycho. I was just broke. I was just broke.
Yeah.
I was broke dick. I wasn't crazy. I wasn't nuts. But I'll tell you what, when I was down to my last $50, you know damn well I went and bought a piece of fucking weed.
Sure.
That came first.
Yeah.
Well, what, $65 is not going to pay my rent, but it sure get me high. I got high.
But those are choices you make. And
I got high. I always managed to find a place to live. I always managed to find a good job. I didn't have a fucking full-on high school. I got a GED. I had no college, and I survived. I'm 64 years old. I know things
I told myself a long time ago that I'm a schizophrenic.
We know.
And then I told myself, so am I.
Yeah.
Wow, I thought I smelled something burning. That was his thought process during our whole conversation.
He's been thinking about that joke for about 10 minutes now.
Yeah, he has been. That was
bravo. Fucking bravo.
Bravo. I can't right now. You're too far away.
Good golly. I'll tell you.
That's funny. But I'm serious about with the brain drugs. There's too much of it out there, man. There's too much.
I've had too many.
There's not enough hospitals. All the hospitals got closed. All the government-run hospitals got closed. They said, see ya. Because people bitched that they were being cruel to these people, but they weren't. They were trying to fix them. You know, I know they used a lot of drugs that were out of the ordinary, and they used a lot of fucking electrotherapy.
Well, you know, what they did to me was they kept saying, oh, marijuana's bad, marijuana's this, marijuana. So I said, oh, fuck it, I'm gonna try it. It wasn't that bad. So then so I had to try everything to see what was so bad about them.
Yeah, well, that's really how the human mind works most ways. Some people are scared because, oh, people told me not to take that, so I'm not gonna. Then there's the other half that say, oh, fuck, tell you me not to take it, I'm taking it, you know.
Right,
and that's how it happens.
Yeah, it can't be that fucking bad. It can't be that bad.
Can't be that bad.
I
Y'all
never
talking shit. I don't understand.
Weed to me was never taught to me. It was kind of like my dad would say, oh, weed's not good. Then he'd go in his fucking den and smoke weed. Okay. Or my uncles would be like, oh, don't smoke weed, it's no good. Then you'd smell it coming out of their bedroom. So it was like, yeah, it's not good unless you're hiding, I used to think. You know what I mean? And I never had an issue growing up thinking it was bad. Never. No one ever told me it was bad. You know, I mean, because my whole family.
We did. You came 20 years later.
Yeah. No, my parents, or not my parents, but my dad especially was an avid weed smoker. And I used to know, like, it'd be like in the 80s, he'd be all nasty. "Arr." And then he'd go in his den, he'd come out, be like, hey guys, hey dad, can I borrow $10? Sure. That's boom. I used to love it, man. You know, it was like he'd go in an asshole, come out a fucking awesome dude, you know, and that's all the fucking brain medication he needed. That was it.
Yeah.
He didn't no psychotropic medication. He just needed that. That was it, you know. And I think we're pumped with too many meds these days. I really do. And you know,
So
who knows?
everybody's medicated.
Everybody's medicated.
No, I've never tried fentanyl though. I never tried that new fentanyl shit.
I'm not even talking about illegal drugs. Every one of us has to take a pill regimen every day, I'm sure. I take about 9 a day. Okay. So that's 9 pills for me that someone's getting paid for. Okay. Do I really need to take all of them? Probably not. There's probably other things that could be done to do the same thing, but we'll never know that because there's no money to be made off of holistic type stuff. There's no money to be made off of stuff that you can get in a garden or free or whatever it is. I don't know. I'm not one of those people. I don't know. But there is people out there that say that there's holistic stuff that does just the same thing as narcotics do, but it's free. But that's never going to be taught if it's true because nobody's going to make money off of it.
It's a whole lot cheaper anyway.
Right. You know that show, Wolf of Wall Street, where they're doing all them lewds and shit?
Yeah.
That was great acting, man, because it was just like that. That was the funniest fucking scene I ever seen.
Go ahead.
and fucking when they were smoking the crack in the bar when they first did it, he goes that look on his face. They were smoking the real shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you can't make that shit up, dude.
That just reminded me of Chris Farley's skit when he was the fanboy and he interviewed Paul McCartney. He's like, do you remember that time you were in the Beatles? And Paul McCartney goes, yeah. And he goes, yeah, that was really good. Yeah. And then,
yeah.
But speaking of that, during Easy Rider, Jack Nicholson, right before the scene they were going to film, they were all stoned around the campfire. I can't remember who it was. It might have been Peter Fonda or somebody else. They were on a break, actually got him stoned. He never got stoned before. He didn't realize the next scene was going to be that one. And then they said, let's do this one now. And they did it when he was really stoned. So he got the best performance because he was first time he was stoned, they said too. And he gave like a real performance because he wasn't reacting at all. It was just natural. It was just a natural reaction to the scene or whatever.
Isn't that the night he got killed? They beat him to death?
I think so. Yeah.
It
was when they were around the campfire.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen that movie in so long. I don't even remember most of it. And I seen it when I was young.
That joint, my friend.
Yeah.
I know that graveyard that they did all that acid in. They did that in that graveyard. That's a real graveyard.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it was a real graveyard. It sounded
good. That's good.
Louisiana.
Yeah.
That was a real sky they used too. in the background, the sky. That was
Yeah.
good.
They got a scene. They got a scene in
Put a light on.
Braveheart,
Mhm.
and they were getting ready to attack, and he holds up his sword, and there's a jet flying over.
Oh yeah. They left it in too. They didn't
Yeah.
edit it out. I do remember hearing that or seeing that. Yeah, that happens a lot. If you really watch a movie, sometimes, like if not maybe sometimes the first time you watch a movie, but if you watch a movie again and then you already know the movie, so you're looking at it differently, you can notice things that are wrong. Wait a minute, he had a fucking ring on his finger in the last scene. 2 seconds ago, he did it, or something like that. You don't realize it maybe the first time it's on, but if you watch a movie over and over, you'll find mistakes. You'll definitely find mistakes.
That's why Guido, you got to come up with these bloopers. We got to get the blooper show.
I could probably do a blooper show. Most of it would be Free Ride trying to set up the show. That would probably be the biggest blooper reel, and then the time when we muted you and couldn't get it unmuted. Remember that time? That was funny. And he didn't even know. He's just talking on, and we're like, I can't hear you. We can't hear you.
We can't hear you. You're muted.
Or the time he did the show sideways, and all we saw was his dicky-doo the whole night,
Yeah.
Or the blooper reel where we had the streaker.
Yoko.
Yoko. Or there's another clip when his kitchen almost caught on fire or whatever that was, or the time he spilled his soda all over the place.
Right.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. That was pretty fucking hilarious. That was hilarious.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I think that's what fucked up my phone.
Probably you just spilled shit all in it.
You spilled your shit all over it.
Yeah.
Could have wrecked your fucking shit.
You're right, I did. I remember that.
You're going to a party, and you got to take one album to this party. One's got to be from the 70s, and one's got to be from the 80s. You can only take one from each decade. What's it going to be?
Jay Giles, Full House. And in the 80s, I would take Steel Wheels.
Okay. How about you, Ride?
I'm gonna in the 70s. I would take. See, God, there's so many. I would probably take Jethro Tull, War Child. I think it's one of his better albums.
This is a party we're going to. A party with,
Yeah, it doesn't matter what. I didn't say what kind of party.
Matter. It's my kind of party.
That's a stoner party. Okay. That's a stoner party.
80s, yeah, in the 80s, Van Halen, OU812.
Oh, okay. Those are two good picks. I would have to go with
that's Van Hagar.
Yeah, that's Van Hagar, but that's still fun. In the 70s, it's tough for me because there's so many good albums in the 70s. But since it's going to a party, and I like to let loose and get back, I would. You're gonna laugh, but I would have to say Fleetwood Mac. Oh my God, what's the hell the name of it? Not the first one, the second one with
Rumors.
Rumors, yes.
Rumors.
I know it's a cliche album and all that, but to me, Lindsey Buckingham is a musical genius, and I love that album. And then for the 80s album, it would be probably David Lee Roth, Eat 'Em and Smile.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Be my two ones. I know the one from the 70s is weird, but if you really take Rumors and take all the Stevie Nicks songs out, okay, in my opinion, I wish that Fleetwood Mac was just with Lindsey Buckingham and not Stevie Nicks, because every song that he does, I love. He's an underrated guitar player. He's an underrated singer for sure. Nobody else in the world sounds like Lindsey Buckingham singing. No, nobody.
That's true.
And I wish that he would have done it without her. And I think the band would have been a little different and a little more rockin', I would say, than they were.
If I had an alternative album, it would have to be Fog Hat Rock and Roll. That's a good album.
Yeah, and the Full House one I like a lot. That's a good one too. And another 70s gem
album. That's a good party album.
Now if we go into a party, where it was a little bit like upper beat or whatever from the 70s, I would definitely take Saturday Night Fever soundtrack to that party. You know, if it was a danceable party, you know.
Yeah, if it was danceable, yeah.
I would take Saturday Night Fever because that's such a great soundtrack. It's
Well,
iconic.
70s, it's iconic.
Boogie woogie, man.
When he's walking down the street at the beginning of the movie and that song plays. Well, you can tell I'm a woman's man. Yeah. Rocking the disco. Rocking the disco. He's always hitting my hair. He's always got to hit my hair. I love that.
I will climb my hair. He's got to hit my hair. You know, my favorite scene is
don't hit my hair.
Before that, though, is the best part. Before he hits his hair, he's like, the father's like, grabs the pork chop, throws it on the plate. One pork chop. I said, one pork chop. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? He took a pork chop, you know? And that was like, I love that movie. That movie to me, I love when it comes on regular television because it's so stupid. They take out all the good parts and like the voiceover comes in. It's like, that's not what he said.
Okay.
You know, I love.
Here's a good question. What album or musical movie helps depict your childhood?
Album or movie? Musical movie?
Yeah.
Why don't we go one at a time?
Go ahead. D-Scab, you got one?
No, I'm talking about one at a time, either a movie or an album. What do you want?
Okay. Album that defines your childhood.
Exile on Main Street.
Cool.
Defines my childhood, the meaning like what was really important to me at that time and during
your childhood.
I would have to say Cinderella Night Songs. It changed my whole idea of how perspective in music, definitely.
Okay. All right, mine would be Robin Trower, Day of the Eagle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, great well, I'm from the 70s.
I'm from the 70s. You're from the 80s.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So now, movie. What movie defines your childhood?
The Outsiders.
The Outsiders. That's a good movie. That's a classic.
Yeah, definitely.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Man, that's how many decades we talking here, dude?
Whatever defines you growing up. Whatever defines, what helped you get through. What movie?
Mine came out when I was like 10 years old. That's the movie that stuck with me the most.
Out there with good music in it.
Yeah, but what defines my entire life is an offshoot of Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump. Okay.
But that's Forrest Gump. Your childhood. But that's
it helps define your childhood.
Oh,
so
okay.
Mine would have been Dazed and Confused.
Okay, then I have to backtrack on The Outsiders because that doesn't define my child. That was just a definitive movie of my childhood. Right. My childhood would be more like close to Dazed and Confused, but not quite there because I wasn't in that era. But as far as a movie of that, oh God, I can't think. I don't even really know if I had one. Maybe The Breakfast Club, because that was kind of,
that's a good movie.
Yeah.
They had some good music.
That
was a great soundtrack.
Yeah, that would definitely be mine, I believe.
Yeah, The Breakfast Club. Cool.
There wasn't really rock movies like that in the 80s like there was in the 70s. You know what I mean? It was more poppy stuff in the 80s that was mainstream, where in the 60s and 70s it was the rock,
What was your most scariest movie you've ever seen?
Oh, I gotta go.
Exorcist.
Exorcist was his. I was going to say Exorcist, but the scariest movie I've ever seen, and if you really watch it and pay attention to what's going on to it, is Hush, Hush, Sweet Charlotte.
That's pretty good too.
Yeah,
that's pretty good too.
If you can follow that movie, man, that's pretty scary.
But the first Night of the Living Dead.
Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah. That's a classic, George Romero.
Yeah,
the first one.
That's a classic. That's a great movie. I do like that one. And the thing about it though is it's just so filmed well at such an under budget. I mean, it had no budget and it made it look the way he lit the scenes, and the black and white helped a lot too.
Yeah,
Made it
was-
it made it believable. You know, it made it believable, and
that's
it
why
was with
Hitchcock did most of his movies, some of his movies in black and white. He did Vertigo was in black and white, and so
Vertigo
was
was color,
huh?
but the what? Maybe it was Vertigo. Psycho was in black and white.
Psycho was in black and
Uh,
white.
Yeah, and there was a couple. I know what you're saying. I can't remember, but he did because he thought it was a more suspenseful, you know, with
The
the
Birds,
black,
the Birds
Bird-
was
the birds, black and white.
black and white.
Black and
I
white,
think
that's right, it
Psycho was color because the
No,
red
Psycho.
blood on the
No, it was black and white. The original
That
was
was
black and white, bro.
Yeah, it was
Not the
colored
new
in
one,
the
the original
later on.
one.
Mhm.
They redid it. They redid Psycho, and
And
they
they
made it in
and
color.
they also colorized the original version. They
Yeah.
colorized with artificial technology, but the original cut was black and white because he wanted the suspense of the shadows and the dark and that
Yeah.
kind of, you know, and
Yeah.
and it worked. It worked.
It did
And
work.
you know, just like if you watch
How many people did he
Orson
kill in
Welles,
that movie? 2 or 3?
I think only
Just-
3.
Just 3.
Yeah, 2.
He killed
Or is it?
her. He killed her. He killed the deputy.
Oh yeah, the Abbey and the caretaker or the
The
prop-
caretaker.
Yeah.
And he killed some students or something.
But that wasn't on it though, I don't think.
No,
Was it?
they
It was
left
just
that part out. They were talking about it,
yeah.
but they didn't show it. They didn't
Right.
show that part. They talked
Right,
about
that
it,
was-
they were going to arrest him and shit. But he was a
Whose
prime.
the lady that got in the shower. Whose her daughter?
Oh God, what's her fucking name?
Was it her daughter was Princess Leia?
No, that was Debbie Reynolds' daughter.
Yeah,
Oh,
it wasn't Debbie Reynolds in the shower. Who is it?
oh,
Tony
Who was?
Curtis's father was the father. Tony
So-
Curtis was the father.
Jamie
Oh.
Lee Curtis?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yes, that's Janet Lee or Leigh.
Janet Lee.
Whatever,
Yeah.
Lee.
Yeah, she was hot.
That's
She
why
had a
she's
mole.
Jamie Lee.
Didn't she? She had a mole right here.
Yeah,
Right
Yeah,
on her-
and
so
it's
fucking cute.
freaking Debbie Reynolds' daughter, Carrie Fisher, was gorgeous. She was in Star Wars, gorgeous.
Yeah.
I thought I had, as a young boy in the late 70s and early 80s watching Star Wars. Oh, I had such a crush on Princess Leia, man. That was probably my first boner.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I
Oh,
probably whacked.
I would have
Princess
done it back then. No question about it.
Yeah, Princess Leia was the shit, especially in her clamshell
You know
slave
who I
outfit.
liked back when I was a kid was the Archie comics.
The Incredible Hulk. Oh,
Those girls were beautiful.
Betty and Veronica.
I used to look at Spy versus Spy. I was a fan
I
of
used to jerk off to The Simpsons. You
The
faggot.
Simpsons.
No,
No, I
I
used
did
to
not.
jerk off to the comic books of
And then used to get to your
Archie's.
little
The Archies.
I was busy stealing
your-
Dad's Playboys. Dad had Penthouse.
Penthouse. That was the better one.
Yeah, my dad
Yeah.
had Penthouse.
What was Penthouse's owner's name?
Penthouse was what's his name? The guy.
Hugh Hefner. No,
No, that was
no,
Playboy.
the
Flynn.
guy-
Flynn.
he ended up in a wheelchair.
Harry Flynn or something.
Yeah.
No, that was Larry Flint. That was
Larry
Hustler.
Flint.
Larry Flynn.
That was Hustler. That was Hustler.
Oh, that
Bob
was Hustler.
Guccione.
Who?
Bob Guccione.
Oh, Bob Guccione. He
Yeah, I
owned
didn't
Hustler.
know that.
He owned. Oh, okay.
He stayed
Yeah.
under the radar.
Yeah. He was the only one that never got in trouble for anything.
Yeah, he
Yeah, that's
stayed
right.
way under the radar, didn't
That's
he?
right. He owned Hustler. He owned Hustler.
You know
Yeah.
what
Yeah,
was
Larry
better
Flint
than
on
the
Hustler. He got
magazine?
shot.
What was better than the Penthouse magazine was the Forum.
Yeah, for him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Penthouse Forum. They had all them stories. They were hot.
I had a grandpa who was like a truck driver, so he would bring them home and then he would store them in my basement. And I saw him store them there one time. So
Form?
Porn. So I had like sores for a couple weeks.
Oh,
Yeah.
the forum was hot, man. They had some stories in there that were almost illegal, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, well, that's how written words should be. Freedom of speech. Just because you write about something that's taboo, you still have the right to do it. You have the right to ridicule and whatever, but you should not have anything to be arrested for or censored for.
Right.
You know,
but that's
It used to be just threats.
right.
Used to be just threats.
controversial.
Like Larry Flint got shot because a daughter, father's daughter, or daughter's father got mad at him that she was in the magazine, and I think she was underage or something like that, and he shot him when he was going to court for something else.
Yeah.
And
They had him in court more than he changed his underwear. He was in court all the time.
He's going to court for censorship. They were trying to censor his ass.
They were trying to censor. That's why I was for him, because I don't believe in censorship, and I was against him. I thought he was a scumbag. I really did. But he's got the right to do what he was doing. I mean,
well, if the girls are consenting to it, who
absolutely. But look at it now. He did win. But look at it now. There's no magazine. You just go to OnlyFans or whatever, and you can pay $9 a month and see the girl next door. I mean, it's even worse. It's worse. It's way worse. And
I get free porn. I wouldn't pay for porn if.
But people do, man.
People pay for it. Sex sells. Mm-hmm. Sex sells.
It does.
Remember on the old station at KGS over there at Mayhem, we tried to put a porn site fucking gateway on our fucking page. No, don't do that. Don't do that. We're gonna put a gateway to a porn site on our fucking front page for Mayhem.
And now
draw more people in.
They're a Bible station.
Yeah, they're all holier than thou.
I went to a interview to do a porno shoot, a gangbang porno shoot, and there was this. She was a well-known actress, and I can't think of the name of her for the life of me, but she was there, and we did the interview, and then when it came time to play, she called me up and said, "No, she's having problems. We had to cancel."
Yeah, she fucking saw a picture of you.
No, it was an actual interview. But I went in.
Yeah, they're like, fuck.
And she gave me like 3 of her movies.
Yeah, here, parting gifts. Please leave, creepy man.
Creepy guy. Here you go, creepy
Here's some
guy.
parting gifts. Yeah, that's what happened.
Stalker, motherfucker.
Like, isn't that guy from the parking lot that's always standing out there? Give him a gift basket and get him the fuck out. He'd have walked in, and
the chick would be laying on the floor like Jabba the Hutt, 500 pounds. With the big old fucking ankle legs and shit, cankles and shit.
Try to get a scissor jack in there, man. You know what though? You never have to.
Here's your big Bukaki shot and Bukaki shot.
With the woman that
big. What can I tell you? I went to the interview and I got interviewed and then it fell through.
But you know what? With a woman that big, man, you never have to buy cottage cheese again.
No, it's everywhere, man. It's fucking everywhere. Yeah, and each guy that goes through the door, they hand a bag of flour.
Right.
And then you pour flour on and then find the wet spot.
Yeah, I remember one time I was with this rather large woman, and there was nobody else left that night, so whatever. And I'm like, oh, I was drunk. I'm like, I'm gonna go down on you. She's like, no, don't. I'm like, I'm gonna. Started going down. I'm like, okay, I'm done. I gotta go. Wow.
She was famous, like the lady behind the green door. What was her name? Chambers.
Was it Janet Jameson?
No, Marilyn Chambers.
Marilyn Chambers. Yeah, they were. Yeah, I think that was her, man.
Janet Jameson, or
no? This big chick.
This is shit before that.
Her shit smelled like a dead fish depository.
Yeah, I had nothing better to do, so I went ahead. They used to have this paper. It was called the Free Press, LA, and they had all that shit in there, man. You could go to interviews. No, I think a quarter or something out of the one of them on the street.
Then it wasn't the Free Press.
Whatever. Maybe I didn't pay anything. I don't remember. It was they were like free. And they had all the jobs and stuff on there.
They had a bunch of jobs and stuff. And yeah, I know. I used to read them too. I used to look through it. They had sold cars in there. You could buy cars. You rented
like a swap page. Shit. Yeah. All right, go ahead. Talk about your Free Press.
I'm just saying.
What the fuck was that? Did
hey,
you
no. It wasn't Free Press. It was LA Express.
Oh, I remember that one. LA Express. Yeah.
Okay,
So
now you could pay a quarter for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they had all kinds of job listings in there. They had all kinds of situations, relationships, announcements, all that shit.
They had personnel ads. They had
Oh yeah, it's like what's that thing on the internet that just got canceled because they were selling sex?
If you want to go there and get pegged or something, or if you want to, peg some whatever, they had all kind of shit in there.
You know what? I heard this really horrible joke today, and I didn't laugh at it. I didn't, but it was so bad. They said every time Michael J. Fox goes to the bathroom, he ends up masturbating.
Huh?
Every time Michael J. Fox goes to the bathroom, he ends up masturbating.
Oh, that's kind of sick.
Yeah.
You don't fuck with Michael J. Fox. I liked him, man.
That was horrible.
A lot, man. That was horrible.
Your brother don't.
Because he's got Parkinson's
disease. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but he's got enough money. He's probably got a nurse to hold it for him.
Yeah, probably. No, but that's horrible. You know what? He didn't. I just, that was a joke I saw, and that was nasty, bad. But there's links to like a show that he did in the late 70s in Canada that everybody on that set, not everybody, but a few people has that illness now. So there was going to be an investigation on that, but it got stalled or something. Again, conspiracies. But there really is evidence out there that a couple people on the set of that television show have that illness now. How do you explain that? You know what I mean? It's like, and it's a
that show with
not Family Ties. He did one in the 70s when he still lived in Canada before he came to the US. And on that show, several people that worked on that comedy, it was a Canadian comedy, we didn't get it here, have the same illness to this day. So that's weird that several people on that film crew and cast have Parkinson's now. So there was some studies done on it, then it was dropped. I don't know what happened, but you, like you say, everything's not real. Well, there is things that is not real, and there is things that are real because of things that other people did. That's where it comes to conspiracy or truth or reality. There's always truths in any conspiracy. You can find so many truths in any conspiracy that anybody brings up. You really can. But you can't find the total truth. So then it's still a conspiracy. Right. You know, and we'll never, ever know. Like, we'll never know that they release some more documentations. If you have time, go look at them. They're on the internet. The 1,000 pages of the Kennedy files of the assassination of John F. Kennedy. And there's still so much information that you'll never know. They're only telling you bits and pieces.
Yeah. It was a coup. I already know what it was. It was a coup. They wanted a coup d'etat and they got it. And Johnson and all them guys wanted him dead.
Yeah.
Oh, his ass dead.
Here's what I feel. What's going on in the world since the 60s. It's the end of the world as we know it. I mean, it's going to change.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It's the end of the world. A lot of people say as a biblical thing, but it really is the end of the world as we know it. It's all going to change, and it's not going to change for the good. It's going to be a totalitarian state across the world. It's going to be a one world government. It's going to be communistic, just whatever. It's
One
not going
rule.
to be. It's not going to be great. The only saving grace for us is we don't have a lot of more time to go. But I feel bad for our offspring and our future generations because it's going to suck for them. And that's
Yeah.
it. That's what I feel. It's the end of the world as we know it. I'm not even. There's no even arguing with that because you can all see it coming. It really is. It really is. It's a shame.
It's out in plain sight. I'm like I always say, I'm glad I won't be here for it because it won't be it'll be shortly after I go, but I won't be here for it.
I mean,
I
you
don't
might
want
see
might-
it. You might see the
be
beginning.
reborn. You might be dying and get reborn into it, my friend.
Some people say there's a reset coming, which means we just start over again. Kind of like the world just starts over. We depopulate it and let the ones that we deem that are smart and worth it stay, and we start the world again. That's what a lot believe are coming. I do think, I don't know if this pandemic is a population thing as more as it is a money grab, is my opinion. It's a money grab for all these rich people. The only people making money off the COVID is rich people. No mom and pop stores or restaurants are making money. No common people are making money.
Nope.
It's just, and where are the people that don't have jobs getting the money? They're getting it from the government. So they're paying Amazon, they're paying, all these other places, the money that the government gave them. Inflation's going up. We're going to be worse than the 20s and the 30s, rather. We're going to be eating.
We're going to go into a deep
scraps,
depression.
Yeah,
We're
I
going
know.
to deep depression.
Yeah.
And they blame it all on Trump. They
Mhm.
want this. They want this to be so horrible for us. Say,
Yeah.
see what Trump did to you? Do you see what he did to you last time? What happened after he got out of
Yeah.
office? They're going to be saying, you never feel the president until he's gone. Blah, 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 blah. We know damn well.
Like they say, dude, and the president tell you, man, the price of gas went way the fucking sky high. And he said, that's not my fault. I don't have nothing to do with that. And then
Yes.
the price comes down 5 cents in a week.
Yeah.
And
you shut the pipeline.
See what I did for you? You see what I did for you?
You shut the pipeline down. Once you shut the pipeline down, there went all of our cheap gas. Gone.
Yep.
Gone. Now
he closed all federal lands to drilling. He said, that's it. Stop drilling. Stop drilling.
Mm-hmm.
Stop.
We were energy independent there for a little while.
Yep.
I think we can come back to that. I think we'll be able to
got enough oil to do it. They just won't let us drill it.
It will.
Yeah.
And not only that,
like I said, it's all fucking bullshit. It's all fucking on the whim of these fucking liberal fucking people. And there's only a select few in the group. I hate to say it out loud, but it's a big club, and you ain't in it.
Yeah, but there's a transition going on right now to electric and shit like that, where they're not going to be able to.
Electric going on. It's not going to happen, dude. It's all solar. It's all an illusion. It's all an illusion to shut the people up complaining about gas and oil. It's not going to happen. It's too much money for a common person to buy an electric vehicle. It's never going to happen in our lifetime, for sure.
What they want, though. That's what they want, Guido. They want only the elite to be able to afford the cars.
Sure. Okay. I could see that angle, and I agree with you on that angle. But
the government and only the elite get them.
Right. The whole electric car thing is not for any one of us because we're not going to be able to afford it. We're not. There's no way. Not at all. And there's no used ones because they never had one before. So you're not getting one for years. And you're not getting one. It's plain and simple.
When gas hits $14 a gallon, and you come tell me whether or not we're getting fucked. And I guarantee you we're going to get fucked. I can see it going to $9.
Well,
I can see it going up to $9 a gallon.
$20 for a pack of smokes.
Yeah, well, That's fucking asinine. Nothing should be taxed that much, and there should be, in my opinion, there's taxes are not what the Constitution says. The Constitution says nothing about taxing things that we use like that. It doesn't say that. And I don't know where this came from, where we can just tax whatever the fuck we want. Because we're politicians. Let's tax that. People are smoking. They're dying. Let's tax that. What the fuck you? Okay, that's our choice.
And then they put this shit on the market that's supposed to help you quit, but to buy a package of it, it's like $35-40. It's almost the same as a fucking carton of cigarettes. It's cheaper to smoke.
It's all about making money. It's all about making money. It's all about
smoke.
You're gonna spend the money either smoking, or you're gonna spend the money to quit smoking, or then here's what they really want you to quit smoking. But think about this: they want you to quit smoking tobacco. So now they regulate. Now you can bring in nicotine, vapor nicotine. Whoa, okay, you're still putting the nicotine in your body. You didn't fucking save anybody from dying, you retards. Okay, and then they're making other things legal. They gave you more ways to smoke nicotine now. They didn't help you. Now kids are smoking nicotine again. Why? Because the government let them. Oh, we got to stop this. You fucking let them. What are you talking about? We got to stop this. You're the regulations that allowed this to happen.
Yeah.
Okay. You're the regulations that allowed Fruity Pebble nicotine to come out.
Yeah.
And you did it because you knew it would make money, and you let it go until people started complaining. Okay, that's more harmful to people than smoking, because once you get that nicotine urge, you're not done. You're not quitting. Our choice is cigarettes, but these kids today got these fucking vapor things that my 20-year-old daughter started smoking when she was 18, in front of me at least. She's hooked on them like crazy. She's hooked on them just as much as I am on smoking cigarettes. And she's getting more nicotine than I am, probably.
They're saying they're just
got carbon monoxide in them, and those don't.
These were only $5 a pack because I buy them here on the native reservation.
Yeah.
So we got it tax free. We have 2 reservations in driving distance to me. One is cheap cigarettes, and the other one is cheap gas. It's like they had to make a deal. We'll sell the tax-free cigarettes. We'll sell the tax-free gas.
Right.
And it's kind of nice though. It's still cheaper over there though. It's like on the reservation, it's like almost 9 cents a gallon cheaper, which is quite a bit right now. That's a good amount. So I drive down there, like tomorrow I'm going to go there to buy cigarettes, and then I'll fill up on my tank of gas, and like I said, I paid $22 a carton for these, and why smoke Marlboros are like $150 a carton. Are you fucking kidding me? For 10 packs of cigarettes, you're going to charge me $150? The fuck is wrong with you? I mean, that's the most stupidest thing I've ever heard of in my life. If they're that bad, ban them. I'll go fucking make my own. I mean, you could grow your own tobacco. Why not? I don't think there's any law.
You can't buy the seeds. Yeah, you can't buy the seeds.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, okay. Well, that's stupid. That's another thing. That's fucking dumb. Okay, that tobacco is outlawed to grow. Nothing that grows in the ground should be outlawed. Nothing. Because why? Something put it here. God, Mother Nature, whatever the fuck put it here for a reason. Okay?
Right.
It wasn't man-made. It was nature-made or whatever. It should not be banned. None of it.
No.
Why? Economic control. That's why. Because if you and me can roll our own tobacco, we don't need to fucking buy Marlboros. And now somebody lost money.
Yeah.
Not about your health. They give a fuck 2 shits about your health. Because if you really want to smoke, you're going to spend the $10 a pack and smoke. Anyways, you're going to do it. You're going to find a way to do it. Okay. So they're not really saving your life. Okay. Fuck you. Let me grow my own tobacco. I'll roll. I probably wouldn't anyways, but I should have the right to. Because why? It's from nature, and nature shouldn't be illegal.
Right.
Yeah, I looked into that. You can't buy the seeds.
If you make it to something else, if you take the coca leaf and make it to cocaine, now it's not nature anymore. You did something. Okay, that's different. All right, you made some cocaine. That's not what I'm talking about. But the coca leaf itself shouldn't be illegal. The poppy plant shouldn't be illegal. But yes, it is. It is. You'll go to jail all the time if you grow poppies. Trust me. Unless Afghanistan is like poppy kingdom. You know why? Because you can make heroin out of it.
That's illegal too. You can't have the seeds.
Yeah.
You know the poppy seeds that you get on the on your roll
poppy
and shit. Yeah,
Poppy
that
seed.
stuff. That stuff has a little bit of sleeping agent in it. A little bit. You know, if you eat a whole bunch of those, you could get a little stoned on those.
Well, that's how they figure it out, is through time. Somebody ate a bunch of something and got really fucked up or whatever. You know, then they're like, well, wait a minute, maybe if I take this and mix it with this or that or this or whatever, blah 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 blah. That's how. You know what else comes from the poppy plant? Not just heroin. Meth comes from the poppy plant. Oxycontin comes from the poppy plant. Hydrocodone comes from the poppy plant. Codeine comes. You know, it's all from one plant. Okay.
Yeah.
But that's illegal. That's fucking illegal. Why is it illegal? Can you overdose on a plant? I don't think so. You'd have to do something to that plant to make it to what they make it into and put other chemicals in there.
Yeah, but it's not hard to do. I mean,
That's probably not hard.
Opium comes from that plant, and you just got to slice that, and it runs down in there, and then you dry that out and you smoke it, and that's opium, and that's the purest.
That's fine, but that's fine. It's not man-made. It comes from the ground, just like mushrooms. Right. It's not man-made. It comes from the ground. Okay, it's there for a reason. Okay, all these drugs that they make come from stuff first that are grown out of the ground.
Right.
And then they add other chemicals or whatever. You know, if you research back enough, far back in the 1900s, John D. Rockefeller, when they broke up his companies, he needed to do something. He started a whole company to make petroleum-based medications, pharmaceuticals. Okay. And then he started giving colleges like Harvard Law or medicine and all these other colleges big endorsements to run his method of teaching for pharmacology. And they did. Well, you can research this. They did. So they changed the whole way of pharmacology because of John Rockefeller, because everybody was using like holistic type medicines. You know, they were selling you cocaine tooth drops, okay? But it was all like natural type things. But now he made it so that you can only buy his petroleum-based products. It was a bad thing.
Right. That's
you know,
it was all a bad thing.
Rockefeller was a real bad thing. I mean, he was a horrible person, actually. There's not many good things on Rockefeller that you can find. Am I frozen, guys? Because
your video is frozen.
On mine.
Yeah, you're frozen.
But you can hear me though?
Yeah, we can hear you all right, bro.
But we can't see.
That was weird. Okay, there. I'm back now. All right. That was weird though, because I saw myself not moving, but then you guys were like nodding. So I'm like, are they listening or?
Yeah, we hear you. We hear you. It's another
weird one. It's fucking weird. These computers do the weirdest things sometimes, you know? I'm telling you. But anyways, what I'm saying to people is, you know, what we learned in school is what the powers that be wanted us to learn. There's so much more knowledge out there. Look for it. Even if it doesn't prove anything,
right?
You know, strengthen your mind, learn something, because you're living inside of a lot of lies. Not everything. There's truths. I mean, you know, but there's a lot of lies too, man. I mean, you know, and then when they get busted on them lies, well, yeah, we did this, blah, 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 and then it goes away. You know what I mean? It's like, no, you know, and I like to learn the truth on things. I really do. It's like I don't know. I've always been that way. I've told you that before, even when I was a kid. Well, Adam and Eve were the first two people. Well, the fuck, how's that happen? Then we're all incestual? Well, no. Well, how? How can we not be incestual if we came from from two human beings?
Yeah.
Oh, you know, blah, 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 and I get thrown out of class. Why? Why did I get thrown out of class? You're the one presenting me this theory that two people created all of humanity, and I can't question that.
Isn't that incestuous?
Right. I can't
their brother and sister.
Well, not their brother and sister. Maybe they're not. But now
because there was Adam and then there was Cain.
Well, they explained that to me when I was
Adam and then there was Cain.
They explained that to me when I was a kid. Okay. And they explained it like
your video froze.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what's going on here. My screen went black, but I'm still with you.
but they explained it to me like back in those days it was different, and you could in mate with each other and family and stuff like that back in those days, and that's the way.
Why was that different?
Yeah, I know. That's that way they explained it to me when I was a kid.
No, that's not the way it works.
Well, at least
no, I know.
I'll explain it to you. There was Adam and Cain, and Cain and Abel. They were brothers, and she came from one of the ribs. It came from Adam's rib.
Mm-hmm.
Because God didn't want him to be alone after he killed Cain. Okay, they ended up killing one. They were trying and then there was Eve, and that's when they procreated. They weren't from the same blood.
Yeah, but Adam didn't kill Cain. Cain killed Abel.
Cain killed Abel. Okay.
Yeah. But here's the other part of that. Okay, Cain and Abel were Adam and Eve's sons, but where did Cain and Abel's wives come from?
I don't know. That's kind of mysterious.
You know what I mean? I mean, it's just like, you want me to believe this, but you're not explaining it fully. Oh, just believe. I don't want to just believe. I
God
want
told Abraham to kill him, one of his sons, and his firstborn son, for that matter. God told him to, and said to Adam or Abel. He said to him, he says, "Listen, if you don't do it, then you don't believe in me."
Right.
You know, he's a real prick. God was. He was a real some bitch.
I don't know about that, but
Well, he had to be to tell that guy that.
Right. Yeah, I guess so.
He's a bloodthirsty. He was bloodthirsty. He was like goddamn Dracula. That's what he was like. That.
I can't see you guys either anymore. I'm just going on voice here, which is, I don't understand why. I can't shut the Skype down because then I end the broadcast. You know what I mean?
Well, why don't we do that then? We'll go ahead. It's time.
Okay.
We've been doing this for about 2 hours, and I just want to let everybody know to check out our station. KGFRocks.com is our mother station, and check it out with all of our DJs over there. There's Bexy, there's Wild Bill Hill, and there's what's his name, Gonzo, and and who's the other guy? Vance Towns. Yeah. Vance Towns. So check out all of our DJs over at the station. Thanks a lot for tuning into today's show. We'll be doing this. We're not doing it live anymore. We're just doing it on YouTube, and then on Facebook. Okay. So thanks for joining us tonight, everybody. Thank you very much, both of you guys. Say good night, guys.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Say good night. Good night. Good night. Yeah. Good night. Good night. See ya.
Does Howdy Doody have wooden nuts?
Yeah. He blows out sawdust.
All right. Let's talk to you later.
Bye.